welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and if you're not, my name is Care and welcome to my channel. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you do enjoy. But today's video is going to be sort of life hacks and makeup tips and tricks that I've learned being like a freelance artist. Anyway, without me rambling too much, let me just get into the first hack, I suppose. I don't know if anyone's seen, but MAC and Iconic London have brought out these like setting sprays, but they've got kind of highlighter qualities to them, so they like glow, but they're like 20 quid, and I realised that all it is a setting spray with shimmery pigments in them, or like an eyeshadow, because when they come you have to shake them for them to activate, and then I realised I could do that myself with like a cheap setting spray and then like either pigments or just to break down a bit of an eyeshadow or a highlighter and add it to the spray. So here's one that I've already done. It might look really dead there, but that's because it's kind of, you probably won't be able to see it too much, but it's kind of settled. But if you shake it, you can see it literally looks exactly the same, and then once you spray it onto your face, it just makes you really glowy. Like, it doesn't make you glittery and it doesn't go chunky on your face, but it's really good. And this literally cost me like nothing because I took it out of my original setting spray because it's like a smaller bottle, and then used the highlighter that I already had. But I've got a new kind of untouched bottle of setting spray which I've taken from another one and put in a little bottle so I can try it out with new highlighters I've not tried, so it'll be different to this one. I'm going to try and do it with some like lighter highlighters like the Mary Lou, because I did that one with MAC Oh Darling and Champagne Pop from Becca, which are quite gold toned, so I'm going to try this one with lighter ones, see how it goes. I'm going to show you how to do it as well. So normally when I do this, I just use like a spoolie, like that sort of spoolie into the pan of whatever it is, and just swirl like that, and then it'll kind of break up the product slightly. So you want to do that. You don't really need a lot, but I'm going to mix a few things. So I'm going to use Mary Lou. That's just from swirling it like a few times. And then I'm going to open the bottle of setting spray without making too much of a mess. Oh, well, I just poured the setting spray all over me because I'm an absolute fanny. Now I'm going to have to put some more in. You live and you learn. Okay, so now I've got the highlighter in there, and I'm just going to sort of tip it into the liquid. And then I'm also going to use a little bit of the, I think it's called Fairy Lights from Soph Does Nails' collaboration with Makeup Revolution. Again, just rubbing my spoolie in it, making sure that I don't waste any. And then because I still want it to be a little bit gold, not so completely white, I'm going to use a little bit of MAC Oh Dark. Actually, I'm lying. I'm going to use a little bit of my Nicole Guerrero palette. I'm going to use this shade, which is kind of purpley, but it doesn't look purple on the skin. So it looks like that. If you want this in there, you just want to shake it up a bit, make sure that none of the eyeshadows are sticking to the bottom, and then it kind of looks like this. It is slightly more, I mean, they kind of look very similar, but one is more gold than the other. But yeah, that is so simple, and that is all you have to do. And like places like MAC are charging £20 for a 100ml bottle, and you can do it yourself. Okay, so my next hack is when you are wanting to bake under your eyes and you don't have any like setting powder, like loose setting powder, you can use your pressed powder to bake. All you have to do is, it's basically the same principle as what I did with the spoolie for the other one. You just need a clean spoolie, your pressed powder, this is just the Rimmel Stay Matte, and just go like this. And the Rimmel Stay Matte in translucent is pretty much the same colour as the Laura Mercier loose translucent setting powder. It's like the same colour, and I absolutely love that because this is like £5 maybe, and you can use it for a pressed powder and a loose powder, which I love because a multi-use product when you're a freelance makeup artist is so helpful, because then you don't have to take multiple items. You can use one makeup product and use it for like loads of different things, which is why I love that. You can also use like translucent powder to set your eyeshadow base. Anyway, my next tip is for people that aren't used to wearing false lashes. I mean, I wear them every day for work and just because I love them. My best tip is when you put the glue on them, leave them. Put them on the side for like a couple of minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes. I know it says 30 seconds on the like packaging, but it's just not long enough. This is in regards to like mink and like fuller lashes. If you do it with like duo glue, if you leave them for a bit, they'll literally just like stick on as soon as you put them down, which is so much easier because then they stay and all you have to do is like press them into the right position rather than putting them on and the glue's not sticking and then they go all like weird and annoying and then you just want to cry because your lash glue is like here, here, here. My next tip is to dye your eyebrows, which is only something I've been recently doing, but it's actually changed my makeup so much because today all I have on is the tiniest bit of eyebrow pencil because I discovered this product from Makeup Revolution. It literally just says Revolution on it. It's a brow tint. I think Maybelline brought one out like a couple months ago and it was like £12 or £15 and this is £5. And I did have to get quite a dark shade. I got medium brown, but because I like my brows a little bit darker than my hair, it's perfect. And you just paint it on, leave it for like, you can leave it for like 20 minutes and peel it off and it's still perfect, and that'll last you like a day. But if you want it to last a little bit longer, you can leave it on for like 2 hours and then it'll last for like a week. It says 3 days, but it depends how like aggressive you are when you take your makeup off. But yeah, this is amazing and I would recommend this to anyone. Okay, so my last tip that I have is for like storing makeup. So I have the Mom dressing table and in it I have, I will show you, sort of cutlery trays, because type of product, so that when you're going in there in the morning to do your makeup, you've got like foundations, mascaras, contour products, setting sprays all separate, and like this dressing table has enough space for 2 of those trays, so it's always laid out and so much easier, and it gets so much less messy because you know how to put it back quickly. Because I used to be a nightmare for just leaving it all on my dressing table and it looking really messy. So I obviously have a lot of palettes and I find they're really hard to store because a lot of them are different sizes and different shapes, so you can't like put them in a palette drawer without them looking really like mismatched and really ugly. So I thought that it would be a really good idea to have a letter rack and sort of slot them in. So this is what I've got at the moment. I wanted a simpler one, but this is all I could find. I got it in Home Sense, I think. So I just put them in like this. So I've got the P. Louise palette and 3 Morphe palettes. And I just put like my most used palettes and like the ones that I use, like I'm currently using, I put in there. And it just saves so much time because you can see it. And my thing is, when I have a palette in a drawer, I'll forget about it and I'll just use whatever's out. So to have them out like that, I'm more likely to use it more frequently, which I absolutely love because I don't want to waste them. Like, I spend a lot of money on makeup, so to forget that I have it is a bit silly. Okay, so that is the end of this video. I'm really sorry if it was really short, but I just kind of wanted to give you all the info, no ramble, just get to the point. Anyway, if you liked the video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Also follow my social medias, which will be linked down below and on the end card once the video is ended, and I will see you in my next one.